becoming more and more known that my dad is Mike Henry. And Follower of One has been a conversation around our dinner table for years. I mean, years, probably over a decade now. When he kind of conceptualized this whole idea of marketplace missions, I remember when he called me and he said, "What do you think about this idea?" And I said, "Dad, this is amazing." At the time, I was leading a small group of about 10 different families in their 30s, about 25 to 30 years old, 35. And the number one problem with our age group was sharing our faith or living out our faith in our workplaces. It was the place where we felt the weakest. When it came to our faith and talking about our faith or just living it, being susceptible to temptation occurred more at work than anywhere else. And so when he brought that up, I just said, yeah, you're on point here. This is amazing. So Follower of One has really impacted my workplace. In 911, we deal with a lot of really negative stuff. Nobody calls us when they're having a good day. So with everybody calling all the time, there tends to be this sort of negative atmosphere. Follower of One and the Marketplace Mission Trip has kind of given me the tools to go in and change that perception within the environment of our center. What we do now, when I go in, when I'm on a missions trip, it's about being intent with the relationships in the room, being more concerned with the person sitting in the chair rather than the job that they're completing. That may seem a little weird, but if I don't support them emotionally and support them not just as their supervisor and making sure they do their job right, but emotionally and physically, they can suffer as the product of their work. This missions trip has really given me the tools to be intentional about those relationships, zoning in and kind of owning their performance from the perspective of a relationship, which sounds kind of weird, but when I see an employee struggling or I notice them making errors that they wouldn't normally make, the missions trip has taught me to stop and say, what's going on with you at home? Are you okay? Do you need to talk? Do we need to separate ourselves from here for a minute? How can I support you? How can I help you? And oftentimes I have found that they feel like they're not liked, they haven't done a good job. I had one employee years ago that was beating herself up over something, and if I hadn't stopped and taken that time to do that, I think she would have continued to suffer to the point where she actually left the field. And so Marketplace Mission Trip has helped me support them both emotionally and physically on their day-to-day job that they do. I am a follower of one.